What's up, everyone? Today we're going to be learning what Python is. We're going to break down a few key things for Python, and by the end of this video, you're going to know what Python is and also how to use Python. All right, let's get into it. So what is Python? Python is what we call an interpreted, object-oriented, high programming language with dynamic semantics. Very confusing, but it's okay. Let's break it down. But first, let's talk about what Python is. Python is an interpreted, object-oriented, high-level programming language with dynamic semantics. These are 4 things we just listed, and we're going to break down each one so we understand more clearly what Python is. So, starting with interpreted, right? What does that mean? Python is a type of programming language that doesn't need to be compiled. And what it means is converted into a machine-readable format before running. Instead, you write Python code and an interpreter, or a program, reads and executes the code line by line. Object-oriented. Python is built around the concepts of objects, which are like building blocks for creating programs. Objects represent things or concepts in the real world and can have both data, attributes, and actions, or methods, associated with them. Object-oriented programming helps organize code and makes it easier to manage complex projects. High level. Python is considered a high-level language because it is designed to be more human-readable and abstracted from the low-level details of computer hardware. This means you can write Python code in a way that closely resembles natural language, making it easier to understand and work with. And lastly, dynamic semantics. This means that Python allows for flexibility in how you write and use variables and data types. You don't need to specify the data types of a variable explicitly. Python figures it out for you at runtime. This dynamic nature makes Python versatile and adaptable. So in summary for this, Python is a user-friendly programming language that is easy to read and write. Doesn't require a separate compilation step, is based on objects for organizing code, and allows for flexible data handling without strict data type declarations. And most importantly, why do we use Python, right? Here are a few bullet points. Readability and simplicity. Versatility. Community and support. Cross-platform compatibility, productivity, data science and machine learning, my favorite, web development, automation and scripting, education, community, and job opportunities. So now we've talked about what Python is, why we use Python, but now let me just give you a quick run through of how to get it set up on Visual Studio Code. If you haven't checked out my previous videos about Visual Studio Code, I'll leave the link here and you can check it out. But diving into it, we're just going to set up a simple Python file. Nothing intense for this video, right? I'm going to get more into in other videos. But this is just how you can get set up on Visual Studio Code with a Python file. So as you see, we have our readme markdown. We have a license, nothing crazy here. I have this one already called dice roll. You can name it whatever you want for the repository. Doesn't matter. So to create our Python file, we're just going to call it level 1 dot py. And there we have it. Now we can enter our text here. And just like that, we have now covered what Python is, why we use Python, and lastly, how to use Python. With this all being said, I hope you now have a better understanding of what Python is. But let's be realistic here. What I just taught you makes sense, but you're not going to fully understand what it does and what makes sense until you start to do it more. But rest assured, we're going to be diving into Python more throughout the weeks and doing more technical hands-on work with lines of code. So stay tuned, more videos are going to be coming out. But for now, we've learned the basics, and that's all that matters. If you like what you learned today, hit that thumbs up and also hit that subscribe button. Thank you so much and have a good day.